Hello, this is your girl Pam with Pam for Christ. This story is basically trying to help out um a, a lot of the younger people and tell them to please respect their parents and don't yell at them um not unless they want to get hurt or killed. Now, I was uh, I was young. I think I was around about I was 16. Yeah, I was 16 because that basically was the last time my mama ever had to put her hands on me. And the thing about it was I was always an obedient kid. I learned from watching everybody else. So I was a kid as being obedient. When I got older, that's something totally different. But when I was a kid, I was very obedient. And my mom, how your parents, a lot of your parents know, who they can, have to literally tear skin off their body in order to get them to obey. They know the ones they can get a look to, they will obey. They know the ones they have to yell at to make them obey. They know the ones that they give them one lick with the switch or the belt, they'll obey. So I was the type of person where, mom, she didn't have to do all that because she didn't have to. Yeah, she didn't have to do all that. We pretty much just talked everything through because I knew better. Um, I saw how my siblings were talking back and saying little stuff, doing little things, being disobedient, sneaking out or whatever. So my mama never expected that out of me because she knew I was the good child. Not saying that they wasn't good, but she just knew everybody's limit. She had five, so she knew what everybody was capable of doing, and she knew what I was capable of doing, and how I treated her. Which was totally different from the way everybody else did. So, um, my best friend slash cousin, she wanted me to go with her to the skating rink. So of course they was gonna have fun. That was like an out of town trip. It was gonna take like 50 minutes to get there. That was like in a totally different part of town. But you had to go through like a lot of trees and woods and all this other stuff or whatever. So it was and then our roads were very thin, so it was a sort of dangerous trip. But they was taking it in the daytime, and they were supposed to be back by the time the sun went down. And she came, she knocked on the door, she was like, "Hey, Diana, how you doing? Can Pam come with us to the skating rink?" And so Mama just looked at her and looked at me. She was like, So my cousin was like, "Well, she ain't got to pay. We'll pay for it. She ain't got to pay, blah, blah, blah." Mom was like, no. She was like, no, I'm just not feeling it. I don't think she need to go. So I'm looking like, well, shoot, she paying for it. What you talking about? I don't need to go. So now I'm like getting attitude because me and my mom, we were in the kitchen. And we were peeling peas and we were cooking and we getting down together. And I really wanted to go because I'm like, it's not too often that the bus will leave from in town to take everybody to you know um out of town for them to to actually go have fun and stuff like that because we didn't have all of that in town with us, the skating rink and the bowling and all of that or whatever. We had to literally travel 45, 50, 55, 60 miles just to get to the nearest entertainment like that. And so she said that she didn't want me to go. So, my cousin was like, "No, please, Dennis, please let her go." Because my mama's name was Dennis. So she was like, "Please, Dennis, please let her go." And mom was like, "No, I'm not feeling it. I really don't want her to go." And I'm like, saying in my head, this wench is being mean. I'm like, this helpful. I'm like, "Mama, she don't know." This my mama, God rest her soul because she did pass away a few years ago. But I love you, mama. But Dennis, honey, told my cousin no. So I'm upset now because I'm like, I don't never get a chance to do nothing. I'm a good child. I do everything you tell me to do. This is the one time I can get to go have some fun. I can't have no fun. So when my cousin had left the door, this me looking at my mama crazy. I'm giving my mama the eye. Like I'm big and bad, right? Giving her the eye. And I told mom, I said, "Well, why can't I go?" This me yelling. I'm like, "Well, why can't I go?" So mom looked at me like, "Hey, oh, hey, you talking to me?" I'm like, "Yeah, how come I can't go? She told you she was going to pay and you don't want me to go? You make me sick." Baby, what did I say that for? All I saw was mama pick up off the table. She did like this right here. And I went out, okay? Mind you, the bowl was this size. It was a big bowl and it was purple. That's the killer part about it. I remember the purple. She hit me upside my head. I went comatose. I'm like this right here. But the killer part about it, I saw stars, I saw lights blinking, I saw birds circling around my head. It was just like the Bugs Bunny cartoon. I mean, I saw all of the above, and I'm like, oh my goodness, honey, I fell out. I was gone. I was out. I couldn't tell you how long I was unconscious. I really don't even know. All I know is when I woke up, my mama was literally stepping over my body. She went in the kitchen. She took the top off the beans. She started stirring. She looked over at me like this right here. She started back stirring. Then she said, oh, you up? You woke. Come on over here and finish doing these peas. I looked at my mama. I ain't finna do nothing. You hit me. This is me calling myself trying to cry. She picked up that bowl again. I'm like, no. I do it. And the killer part about it, mama bust out laughing, so she ain't making no better. So I'm like, you laughing at my hurting pain right now. But the thing about it was, she laughed, but she told me, she said, look, she said, let me tell you something. She said, baby, she said, I love you. She said, but that caught me off guard. She said, now one time have you ever in your life ever raised your voice at me? She said, so she said that was unexpected. It was very unexpected because I had never in my 16 years raised my voice at my mama. I haven't. I mean, I never had to argue with her like that. I couldn't tell you what got in me. You know what I'm saying? But whatever got in me got me knocked completely unconscious. You know what I'm saying? And I will always remember that day. From that point on, that was my first, literally my first and my last time ever raising my voice, telling mama, I can't stand you, you make me sick just because you wouldn't let me go to the skating ring. And like I said, parents know things that we don't know. And what ended up happening was the bus had an accident. Bus ran off the road, bus had an accident. And that could have been, the Holy Spirit telling mama, well, this is the reason why I don't want her to go, because I don't want her to get hurt. Because there was some kids that got hurt. No, didn't nobody die, nothing like that, but it was some kids that had got hurt and stuff like that or whatever. And it was a lot of parents that had to, come and pick up the kids, and that sort of postponed a lot of things that the parents wanted to do that night, because this was a Saturday. So, now y'all having to go collect your children and bring them back and, take some to the doctor, whatever you had to do. And so, mama was like, she had told me that night, she was like, baby, she said, that's why I didn't want you to go. She said, I just had that good feeling. So anytime my mama had a good feeling, I always listened to it from that point on, because I'm like, okay, well, mama onto something. She got that feeling. That's that mother's intuition. Like I said, you call the Holy Spirit, the intuition, whatever you want to call it. But whenever she had that feeling, she was always right. And I always listened to her, even with me being totally grown. And being in my 20s and my 30s, I'm calling my mom, hey, mama, let me ask your advice on this and that and blah, blah, blah. Because I knew she would always be right. Even until she passed away a few years ago, she has always been right about everything, whether it was about what I needed to go get, what I needed to buy, what direction I needed to go in, every relationship I was in. I mean, she has always been right. And of course, it was some things that I kept from her because I didn't want her to be disappointed in the things that I had got involved in after I had moved from Mississippi to Alabama. But, at the same time, I mean, that really taught me a lot, and I learned my lesson. And I'm like, I never again, because I'm the type of person where I don't, like people put their hands on me, and I don't provoke people, and I don't want you provoking me. But that was, like I said, I learned from that particular situation, what to do and what not to do. And even with them saying in the Bible, you supposed to obey your parents, because if not, your days will be short. And I can really vouch for that one about your days being short, because there are two classmates. Well, one was a classmate and one was an associate of mine. But the classmate, he died. Oh my gosh. He got killed, but he was very disobedient when it came to his parents. Oh my goodness, he was horrible. He was a demon child. I mean, he was spoiled, but at the same time, you can be spoiled and still be a good kid. But he was spoiled. He used to talk about him, talk back to him, and put his hands on him and everything else. And I'm like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he was just horrible with it. Very, very horrible with it. And it was an associate of mine that I knew that passed away too in early 20s. I mean, early 20s, because they were very disobedient when it came to their parents, and they were very mean, to their parents and putting their hands on them. And I'm like, God, looking at you like you done lost your man. I done gave them parents to you. They spoiling you and doing everything for you, and you got the nerve to hit on them and talk about them and yell at them. No, I'm like, okay. Because if I was brought up halfway like they were, as far as like getting whatever I wanted to and being spoiled and all this other stuff or whatever. I would have been kissing my mom and daddy's feet. I'm like, what else you need me to do? What you what to take the trash out? I took it out 2 hours ago, but I take it out again if you say so. I mean, I would be doing everything possible, knowing that I'm getting everything that I want. You know, cars and money and trips and clothes and shoes. I mean, they were spoiled, but they didn't appreciate that, and they treated their parents horrible, and they died early deaths. I believe that those were very premature deaths, that they died because they were doing their parents so bad. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that was when I got knocked unconscious, and like I said, it only takes one time for me. One time. And I learned, and I'm good from that point on. But I want you guys to tell me your experience when your parents knocked you out, or you know what I'm saying, had to beat you or whoop you, or you being disobedient. You know what I'm saying? Or I mean, because I know it's a lot of people that got funny stories and how their parents had to get back at them because they act the fool with them. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, there are a lot of kids that, like I said, that's very disobedient and horrible to their parents, and I believe that that's something that actually literally has to stop, because like back then, yeah, I mean, with a bowl this size and it's plastic, how you get knocked out with plastic is what I'm trying to see, really. But nowadays, you put your hand on your child, they want to call 911 and social services and all. Are you serious? You know what? I don't even know whether or not we even had that back then. And even if they did have it, we weren't finna pick up the phone and dial how my son we getting abused. No. Because back then, what happened? When you got in trouble, when something happened, baby, the adult that caught you whooped you, your neighbor whooped you, your aunties and uncles whooped you, then your mom and daddy was the last one to whoop you. And guess what? You never did that particular thing ever again. Whatever that particular thing was, you never did it ever again. Why? Because it takes a village to raise a child. So everybody got a chance to put their hands on you, and you knew better from that point on. But nowadays, like literally, you doing a lot of praying to try to get your children to act right, because if you put your hands on them, now some of them I know that, hey, they'll whoop them. They'll put their hands on them. Oh, thank you, Lord, for not giving me a child right now. But, I think I'd be sitting under the jail somewhere because I've been to kill mine. But yeah, I think my mama had every right to knock me out, to knock me unconscious, because I had no business yelling, and that was very hurtful what I said. I can't stand you, I hate you, just because she won't let me. Yeah, that hurt her feelings. You know what I'm saying? But I never said anything to do that or hurt her feelings or yell at her ever again. Not from after that one time, because I think, God didn't even have to get me back for that one. Mama took the reign on that one. When she knocked me out, she did what she needed to do. God, I was up there laughing like, you shouldn't have never said nothing. So I got my punishment. I got my due punishment then, really, to tell you the truth. But this is your girl, Pam, with Pam for Christ. Like, share, and subscribe. And also leave a comment on your story, because I'm dying to hear what it is. But I love you guys, and peace.